Welcome to another edition of Comic Book Business News. I am your host, Josh Goldstein, here for 2020, for another edition. I'm in the news today. The Israeli government has settled on a unity government. COVID-19 is gripping our nation and our world. 45,000 have died in the United States alone. And with an estimated almost 150,000 possibly worldwide, and 186 in the state of Israel. Britain has seen both Boris Johnson and Prince Charles come down with corona and get better, so it's possible to get better with coronavirus. There's been no big casualties with coronavirus. Tom Hanks got better from his bout of corona. So it's possible to come down with it and get sick and get better. So there are medicines and the beginnings of vaccines with it. It's going to be like, this is going to be the virus that everybody panicked and said was the worst. And also Major League Baseball they're starting to talk about Major League Baseball having coming back, and they're chatting more about the Arizona possibility about some tournament ball there. It's more talks about that. Shazam 2 has been delayed because of the corona, but Shazam 2, which is they might actually have, the corona might affect Shazam 2 because it was supposed to start filming around now for a release next year, and it won't. You might actually see Billy Batson star Angel something, or Angel something or other, look a little older, and Zachary Levi might actually not actually look that much older. So all the little kids who star as the counterparts to the Marvels, including Captain Marvel, may actually look a little older, than a little more of an age difference with them. And so we may see some replacements for them. And Captain Marvel will still be Zachary Levi. And and Batman, the new Batman, is not going to be filming, and they're waiting on that. And the new Venom 2, then we have the name of that. It's going to be called Total Carnage. Or no, it's not going to be called Total Carnage. It's going to be called Total Carnage. Carnage is going to be in that movie. And and then we have PlayStation 5, the new sleek PlayStation 5. Definitely will play PlayStation 4 games. We don't know yet about whether it's definitely going to play 3, 2, or the original. But this is some people have seen this system. It's a very sleek, sexy design. This is a system that I might want. This is looks a sexy system, and the all the megabytes and the potentially. This is a system I want, and DC is going to have a new venture with to bail out the shops with Ani Press. They are going to make exclusive comics together, DC and Ani Press, which will be distributed by Midtown Comics and DCGS. And it is going to be, I think this is going to be good for comics. However, you may see these distributed into the DC distribution net, or direct to markets, like you may see, I think this is a good thing for DC to bail out the shops there, but they have another comic book shop besides Midtown Comic Books. So, yeah, I mean that too. They have the little, because you need the little sal shop in the middle of wherever to sell comic books, as well as the big established one like in New York, like Midtown Comic Books. You need those shops to survive. Like near me in South Jersey, we have few, and then we have a few in Philadelphia, and that's our local ones. Imagine if there were none. I would so be crimped. I would have to order comics. But see, I don't buy that many comic books. I'm a graphic novelist, but I only get a few for review circumstances. But imagine if I was still collecting, I would so be crimped. I would have Comicology is another alternative for people if they don't have the latest comics and they need the latest comics and they need it. Comicology is another alternative where they can get cheap alternatives to comic books for 99 cents. And it is sort of like you can actually, okay, and the chat is open and you can chat. So you can chat. So if there's anybody who would want to say hello, say hi. And so, and now to the comic books. This is Superman Year One. It is a Frank Miller comic book. Okay, this comic book is good. This is a very good comic book. I think Frank Miller did a good job writing it. And it is basically Superman as a young Superman, Superboy, in fact. It shows how the saga of this young Man of Steel. Basically, I will go through it and show you. It shows a more Superman was a little older when he came to Earth. Oh, my parents, they are sending me off. Oh, my fair Krypton, I know ye not anymore. So look at this guy. He was practically a tyke when he came to Earth. Ma and Pa Kent discovering their kid. We got ourselves a Superboy. So as mysterious Moses comes to Earth, he's eating O's and everything. But what is he? He's an ordinary guy. Like plays baseball, throws. But he's strong. He's strong than the average guy, and he's kind of enthusiastic about things like space travel. You know, who knows what's he going to do? And the tough guy, not going to take it from people. What does he like to do? He likes the ladies. That's what he likes to do. He likes to go on flights with his girlfriend, his redheaded girlfriend. Superman's got a redheaded girlfriend. That's a guy that's a guy like me. I like this guy. Oh, please get your physics final in, Superman, you brainiac. Superman with the girlfriend again. Oh, but because he's a hick, we have to send him to the army. Actually, the Navy. It's a Navy, but it's just like DC to mix the Navy in with the Army. I mean, my recruits, I may want them to have some pistol training, but this is like I'm not quite sure what they were going for her. This is not the most accurate recruit training. I guess he went to Smallville University later to be a journalist. We just reality wove around. Superman just discovers Atlantis, plays around being an Atlantean for while being a recruit in the Navy. Superman and his new Navy friends. Superman and his girlfriend Lois the Morris. For all those aficionados of Superman, Lois the Morris is Superman's mermaid girlfriend from the old days of Superman from the 60s. So Superman suddenly gets a costume. Slay the monsters, Superman, and you get a bride somewhere in the universe. This looks like a big monster. And now you get to marry the king's daughter. Only the king is like, yeah, I guess my daughter has a husband, but maybe only come over here occasionally, Superman. So Superman's like Bin Laden, his many wives. Lois the Morris is his mermaid wife. He's got the girlfriend stashed away in Smallville. Lana Lang, I think is her name. Then Lois Lane. I must save you, Lois. This is, I guess, when I came to. Superman. Can you pose as a reporter? Just some old naval recruit, Superman. I totally changed Superman around. Or did he go to journalism class in between? Just I played around with some reality. Superman and Batman mate. This is another thing. Sometimes in Frank Miller, we play around with this concept. Oh, Batman, you cannot get Superman. Superman is so much stronger than you. Wonder Woman breaks up the fight. Wonder Woman breaks up the fight. Just that the boys drop the gloves. This woman. But Superman, there will be something going. What's going on here? Oh, Superman. Just totally just I mean, I know later in Miller mythos with Superman, we have Superman having numerous offspring with Lois. Maybe this is where they hit it off. This part of the book I like. You get the pencils of the or bare inks of the. This is Early Pencil Tests by John Romita. I was testing this. This is it's from, and then you get a little print of one of the. It's a nice book. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. Not exactly perfect, but almost there. So I thought the book was almost perfect. It is as almost perfect as you can make it. And coming up on Comic Book Business News, our review, Big Bang Adventures 1 and 2. And I've got an Invincible Ultimate Edition, which is which I haven't reviewed yet. Cause so from all of us at Comic Book Business News, I'll see you next time on Comic Business News. And so goodbye.